Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flatirons Tuning question of the week. This week our question comes from Jeremy on Instagram, who wants to know what brake fluid do we recommend?
Pretty much all Subarus come with .3 brake fluid, and so our recommendation is to go up to a .4 brake fluid. And there are some examples in front of us here. The biggest thing with the .4 brake fluid is not all .4s are the same, and in fact, the .4 pretty much refers more to its makeup. Like what goes into it. There's no silicone in it, so it can be used in a car that originally came with .3, but that's really all the .4 means. It does not mean that there's a standardized performance for the .4 fluid, so you've got to be careful which one you use.
So what are the differences between the ones we've got laid out here?
Really what it comes down to is boiling point. If you're putting in a brake fluid that has a higher boiling point, you're trying to get more heat capacity into your braking system. We did a podcast with Ken for KNS Brakes, and there's a lot of good discussion about kind of brakes in general and fluid over there if you want to have a more deep dive into things. But generally speaking, the boiling point and how much heat the fluids can tolerate, that is the biggest difference. So like if you would go to your standard auto parts store, they're going to have .4 fluid, but the boiling point is only going to be a little bit higher than what .3 boiling point is normally. When you get into some of these higher end brands, there again, what is different is the boiling point.
So of these, which one do you recommend for like a street car and which one do you recommend for a race car?
Sure. So street car, I think generally the best value is the Aute Type 200, and it comes in a full 1 liter bottle. And it really lasts a good long time. It was designed to be an OEM fill for some of the cars that came with .4 fluid. So if you just daily driving the car, you can easily get away with the Type 200 for a couple of years before you have to bleed it. But it has a lower boiling point compared to the other ones on the table here. RBF 600, so that's Motil's next step up. Actually, the 600 does have a higher boiling point than the Type 200, the Aute. So that would be like an entry-level track brake fluid. And I would say that something like the Motil 600, the RBF 600, is good for any car that has like a street caliper on it, where you have external dust boots. When you're talking about raising your boiling point, there's this crossover where all of a sudden your brakes aren't fading anymore. But because the fluid's boiling point is so high, the brakes are getting way outside of their design heat range, and so you can still cause damage to the calipers, melt your dust boots and stuff like that. And that's how you can have that kind of an issue where the brakes felt fine to you all day at the track, and it's not until you get home, take everything apart, they're like, wow, these pads are torched and the dust boots are melted, but the pedal felt fine all the time. Well, your boiling point of your brake fluid might have had a higher boiling point and allowed the heat to get up to a point where it was way hotter than what the calipers were designed for. So for a car with street calipers, the RBF 600 is, I think, a good spot. But then there's actually fluids that have a higher boiling point still, which is like the Frodo Super Racing or the RBF 660. So like 600, 660 for the Motil, that is the boiling point in Fahrenheit. And the Frodo Super Racing is basically equivalent to the RBF 660. And that's 60 degrees might not sound like a ton, but when you're talking about brake performance, that is very noticeable. So like if you're not too worried about dust boots, or if you know that heat is really an issue with your car and you wanted to just make sure that you have the highest heat capacity possible in the system, the 660 or the Frodo Super Racing is a good way to go.
So what do I do if I want to change to a high performance DOT floor fluid, and how often would I want to change it?
Sure. So to switch from a .3 to a .4, you want to get all of the .3 out of the system and replace all of it with the .4. If you just add the .4 to the reservoir and .3 is still in the lines, you're not really going to get any benefit for it. And if you don't do a very thorough bleed and there's still some or a lot of .3 in the system, again, all of that fluid with a lower boiling point is going to lower the boiling point in the whole system. So the best practice would be to use some kind of vacuum pump or something like that to suck the fluid out of the reservoir, the brake master, fill it up with .4 so that you know that the reservoir has fresh .4 fluid, and then do your normal brake bleed at all of the corners. But you want to really make sure that you get all of the old stuff out. To do a full thorough bleed on a Subaru, usually that's a little bit more than a liter. So like with the Ate, if you wanted to switch over to that, you probably want 2 of those bottles, flush a whole liter through the car, and then probably go back and do like 1 or 2 pumps on each corner to go into the second bottle. With the pints, you probably want to get 3 pints if you're doing a changeover. So the 2 pints roughly is the capacity of the system, and then the third pint is just to do your last 1 or 2 bleeds at each corner to make sure that you've got all of the .3 out. For bleed interval, for a street car, again, if you're using something like the Ate, probably a couple of years would be fine. Maybe 1 to 2 years easily. Motul 600, probably a year or 2 is okay. The Motul and some of the higher boiling point .4s are a little bit more hydroscopic. They're going to pull more moisture in from the atmosphere. And as it pulls in moisture, that will actually lower its boiling point. So when you're looking at all these bottles, they're rated in wet boiling point and dry boiling point. So dry means that there's no moisture, no water in them. That's basically as they come fresh out of the bottle. But then if you look at the wet boiling point, you can actually see how much the boiling point drops if water or moisture gets into the fluid. So that's where you would want to change it out. If you're tracking the car, probably after every track day is best, every 2 track days at most. If you go to bleed the brakes and the fluid that comes out is black, you probably need to bleed it more often. And if you're using the brakes really hard, you can actually turn the fluid black in a couple 20-minute track sessions.
Well, thanks everybody for catching this week's Question of the Week. Remember, we just started up a new Patreon. Thank you for everybody else who's already supporting that. It means a lot to us. We've also got a new Discord server, good community there. You can ask questions on that. And as always, you can ask questions through our Instagram or on the comments below.
Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for your support as always. And until next time, stay tuned with Flatirons Tuning.